Hey guys, I'm Roshni. Welcome back to my channel. Insecurities are something that we all go through, and today I'm particularly talking about body image issues, which a lot of women go through, almost everyone. So let's get started. This is coming from someone who's been there, done that. I've been body shamed my entire life. Before we ever learn to love ourselves, we are taught to hate ourselves. We are forced to hate ourselves. One of the things that I was body shamed for is being too thin. Apparently, I was skinny. All my life, almost everyone I can possibly think of, especially in my school days, have shamed me for being too thin. My friends, my family, strangers, relatives, teachers, almost anyone I can possibly think of has shamed me some way or the other. Another thing that I've been body shamed for is being too tall. And I'm not even that tall. I like to say 5'7", but I'm 5'6". But I've been taller than most girls around me all my life. I'm glad when I see someone taller. Men and women both. Just kidding. No, I'm not. It was never outright bullying kind of body shaming, but it was wrapped in jokes and sarcasm and little things that are not straightforward. And it always came from people who claimed to love me and care about me instead of a hater. Even though I used to get compliments from girls saying, "Oh, we wish we had your height," or "We were so tall," or whatever. But when I started wearing heels, the same girls went like, "Oh, you're so tall. Why are you wearing heels? We look so short in front of you. It's so embarrassing for us." Now, that clearly came from the place of them feeling insecure about their own height, but all I could hear was, "I'm the problem." Like something was wrong with me. That literally shapes how you see yourself. I became extremely hesitant about wearing heels, and I used to wear shoes or flats all the time. And I also developed this habit of slouching around my friends, so there is not much height difference between me and them. That's what low confidence does to you. And my family used to force feed me all the time, so I would gain some weight. Another thing that I was body shamed for is having body hair. I have great hair on my scalp, touch wood, but that also results in having it on the rest of your body, which I was shamed for. Again, wrapped in sarcasm. If you don't get your hands legs waxed, bitch, I'm 15. No, I don't go to the salon for getting my body waxed. I get it, I'm Gen Z, I'm not Gen Alpha. Let me be a child in peace, the fuck? You wanna know the funniest thing? As I grew up and got more exposed to the internet, what I find out is being tall and skinny is a beauty standard. Girls willingly want to look like those supermodels. They're taking supplements and doing God knows what, starving themselves to look like what I was body shamed for. Bitch, what? They are drawing eyebrows, putting on lashes, these hair wigs and extensions, making these cupid lips with liners because that's apparently sexy. Doing all that and much more to look a certain way. And I had all of that naturally, but you still made a child feel like their beautiful features are a problem? Being tall, skinny, having hair, eyebrows, lashes, all these, it's a fucking beauty standard now? Then what was I body shamed for my entire life exactly? Before somebody comes at me saying pick me behavior, the point of me telling you all this is to show you no matter how beautiful, even conventionally beautiful you are, your body is, your features are, your personality is, insecure people will do anything to make you hate yourself. Around 5 years ago, I attended a wedding and I posted a gorgeous picture of myself on my Instagram story, and this one girl who claimed to be my friend, she replied to it saying something so horrible. I cannot even verbalize it. I cannot even, no matter how much nicely I reframe it, it's bad, cheap, disgusting, bad. And she was basically body shaming me. And she thought she was being sarcastic with that, but it was just a low grade, filthy comment. See, I don't care how you look, what you do with your life, what choices do you make. Even if they are the worst, I'm not the one to judge as long as you stay away from me, right? She was someone who had done such questionable things in life. It was unimaginable for the teenager me. And even though I'm not stating her name, I really don't want to reveal any of it because first of all, I don't want to verbalize it. Secondly, it's just bad. That comment was funny coming from her because I'm looking at her and her life choices. I'm just like, where does she get the audacity? First of all, you're shaming me about my body, but you do realize that I have seen you. I've met you in real life. Like, I know how you look like. You do know that, right? You have the fucking audacity to look like that, type that text, read it, feel okay about sending it, then send it to me, while every choice you have made about your career, education, relationships, friendships, your body, your pretty much everything is so questionable. I don't even want to question it. I just want to stay away from you because I'm scared of you. Trust me, and for a good reason. And my point is that she was simply projecting her own insecurity on me. Honestly, it feels like I'm hating on her right now, but I just feel so sad and bad for her because I knew what kind of disturbing and depressing life she was living. Or maybe I am hating on her because I did not know how to respond better, so I just laughed it off in that moment. And somewhere the rage, anger, it just remains in you because you should have responded better. You should have just said this or said that because she was so shitty or they were so shitty. But it's fine. I forgive you wherever you are. You'll never watch this video. I really hope. I hope you watch this video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. People who try to make you feel bad about yourselves hate themselves. If there are some things that are not just my opinions but literal facts, this is one of those things. I'm not saying this based on just one experience. It is human psychology. It is human behavior. I can count 4 more experiences from just the top of my head where somebody tried to make me feel less or bad about myself, and I knew how miserable and insecure they are with themselves because they were my friends. After I cut all of them off, I could see so clearly why they did the things they did and why they said all those things in the name of humor and sarcasm. And they try to bring me down so much so often because in their mind they are just so angry that in this world where everybody is striving for perfection, how dare you think that you're perfect? How dare you feel confident in your own body? How dare you feel and say that you're beautiful? How dare you trigger my insecurities by feeling safe in your own skin, by feeling great about yourself? How dare you love yourself while I wake up every day hating myself and my life? This is exactly what they go through before they make a mean comment. And I realized that my appearance is a beauty standard for a lot of women out there. That there are women out there who would just give anything to have what I have just because of my genetics. It made me feel validated and helped me to accept myself, the things that I was initially insecure about. But there is a huge but here. But even though that did give me a good start, later I found more and better reasons to love and accept my body and features. It has reached a point where even though the so-called beauty standards change overnight and the new standard is completely opposite of what I look like and something that I can never possibly be, I would still not trade my body with somebody else's. That even though the whole world follows a completely opposite standards of beauty, I would still stand here and be completely okay with mine. Because the thing about beauty standards is it changes through countries, through people, through time. Everybody has different expectations of how women should look like. In some places, the standard is having an hourglass figure. In Korea, the standard is being malnourished. Literally, for Korean women, it's being paper thin. They barely have any skin or muscles on their body. Somewhere it's so extra, it's overdoing of everything. Your lips, your lashes, your chest, your glutes, super snatched waist. Somewhere it's being short and cute. Somewhere it's being tall and thin. Somewhere it's underdoing. Somewhere it's overdoing. It's no matter what you do, how you look, what you wear, how pretty you are, how perfect you are, no matter if you're tall or short or dark or fair or skinny or fat or introverted or extroverted, if you're bubbly, quirky, reserved, somebody will always have something shitty to say about you. It can be men, it can be other women, it can be your relatives, it can be even your own family and friends. Skinny girls are body shamed and so are fat girls. Tall girls are body shamed and so are short girls. Women who don't meet the societal beauty standards are bullied and shamed, and women who do meet them are sexualized and teased. Women who go to work and are financially independent are told that they are too much or they are not managing it all enough. Women who choose to stay at home and take care of the kids are looked down upon and abused. Women who do decide to have children are told that they have let themselves go. Women who don't decide to have them are apparently not fulfilling their duty to the society. If you put on makeup, one wipe and all that beauty is gone. If you prefer to be natural, oh, you should probably conceal those hyperpigmentation or put on some lipstick. You could be doing nothing. All you could be doing is just breathing, and you'll still have someone who's got a problem with that. It doesn't matter if you're trying to fit in or trying to be yourself. People who hate themselves will always hate on you. Why? Because you're the easy target. You are the soft target because you always chase after these unrealistic beauty expectations which are constantly being changed and set up by the society. We always micromanage ourselves, our body, our features, and we continuously find flaws in it. I was a perfectionist for a long time and I micromanaged, microanalyzed everything about myself, my action, my behavior, my body, my everything. But since I've started this channel, I have given up on perfection. I don't care about being perfect because I got very little to no things done when I was chasing after perfectionism, because it's not real. It is literally not real. There will always be something that will be missing. There will always be something that you could have done better. Nothing is perfect. Absolutely nothing is perfect. But funny enough, women are the only ones who are expected to be it, to be perfect. When we have curly hair, we want straight hair. When we have straight hair, we are curling our hair. Short girls wish they were tall. Tall girls wish they were a bit shorter so they can find a taller man. Fat girls die to be skinny, and skinny girls would die to have those curves. Dark skinned girls wish they were fair, and white girls are getting tanned, burning their skin. Women with less hair growth are crying to have thick hair. Women with thick hair growth wish it was a bit less because of all the body hair that comes with it. They hate you if you stay natural, and they will hate you if you get surgeries. Nothing you do is ever good enough. I was talking to this guy once, and because he was a man, he didn't understand all of this. So I told him this one time, this parlor lady body shamed me. I went to get my eyebrows done, and she goes, "Oh my god, you have too thick eyebrows, ha ha ha. I should charge you extra because it's a lot of work, ha ha ha." And he goes, because he's a man, he didn't understand all the expectations that are put on us and like all the beauty standard thing. And he was like, "Isn't that a good thing?" And that literally made me go like, whoa. Yes, it is. We had never been put in that position to understand all these expectations and standards for women. For him, it was a good thing. Then I thought about it like that, and I thought, there are people who are getting hair transplant for their eyebrows. Did you know that? Because they want thicker eyebrows. And I felt so bad about my past self because I let that lady get away with it. Instead, I could have just said, "Thanks, it's just my great genes." I mean, even if they are trying to shame you for it, but if you believe that it's a good thing and it's a good feature about yourself, you can just take it as a compliment. Because let's say you don't know that being fair-skinned is a compliment and being dark-skinned is an insult. And somebody comes in and they just go, "Oh, you're so dark. Thank you." I mean, like, what about it? They don't outright go like, "Oh my god, you are so ugly." Like, if they're outright bullying you, then obviously you need to put them in their place. But you know, these subtle, especially body shaming, which is wrapped in humor and sarcasm, or it's just very indirect and subtle, you can just take it as a compliment. Now, why would you say thanks instead of being insecure? Because in your head, it's just a good, beautiful feature. Whenever somebody tries to make you feel insecure, just pretend to take it as a compliment. "You're too tall." Stop, I'm not. I just have great genes. "You're too short." Stop calling me tiny. "You're too skinny." Thanks, I don't even work out. Oh my god. That's a lot of hair growth. Thanks, I have great genes. You have body fat. I know there are people getting surgeries to get these curves. Can you believe it? Y'all underestimate yourself too much. Because whatever it is that you're insecure about, there are people out there who would die to have that. And the things that you are dying to have, there are people out there who are insecure about that exact same thing. Because those beauty standards are ever changing, ever evolving, and it only gets creepier and weirder every time. Have you seen all the extreme plastic surgeries and extreme lashes and lips and eyebrows and all of that? Somebody was able to convince those women that that looks beautiful. Bro, there was a period in my life where I was so extremely obsessed with skincare, ordering it every week, every month, trying out different things to see what works, what doesn't. And I'm not saying it's all a scam. It does work to a certain extent. But I was doing it out of this crippling need to have the perfect skin. I was always looking for something new, something else to try so I could achieve that standard. And then one day I just stopped. I just completely stopped. I used to have all these retinol serums, vitamin A, and they're all sitting there in my home. They'll most probably expire in a couple of months. And all I apply right now is just a face wash and a moisturizer, not even a sunscreen. And I know it might hurt to a lot of you, especially women. It is very harmful, and there are certain chemicals and whatever. It's a story for another time, but like I have stopped using everything. This is the case with every woman. We are always looking for something new, something to make us prettier, something to make our hair softer, something to make our skin clearer, make our lips plumper, something to snatch our waist, enhance our curves. Bro, I don't even want to look up how much the beauty industry is worth right now. I'm sure it's in billions, if not trillions. At least it is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I might get hate for this, but there are women out there who all look the same. I know this might sound offensive to you. It might even sound like body shaming. Even I was offended the first time I heard it. Some guy said it online, oh, all these girls look the same, blah, blah. I don't take men seriously, so I was like, whatever, shut up. Their body, their choice. But then I had this one friend who looked a certain way, and I came across 2 to 3 Instagram profiles over a period of time of girls who looked like her. The similarity was above 80%. That actually made me think how messed up it really is, that I'm getting confused between multiple women because they all look the same. I mean, you could say that they do it because it makes them happy, but what about it makes them happy? Because it is the beauty standard, right? If you were never introduced to the idea that big lips, long lashes, and a certain body type looks good, then it would never give you happiness, would it? You would never feel happiness because of that. You are not born knowing that this is an ideal body type or this would give me happiness. You are taught by the society. And I'm telling you that it comes from insecurity and the need to meet those unrealistic expectations, and not from you looking less beautiful, because the most beautiful women go through surgeries to look worse than they did before. The fact that they end up looking worse than they did naturally just because thick lips and lifted cheeks is a beauty standard is sick. The most beautiful women are the most insecure, and that is how you know that your appearance is not the problem. Go look at the interviews of the most drop-dead gorgeous women to ever walk this earth, literal angels. They are insecure. They don't like how they look. You would look at them and think, oh, she's bullshitting, she's so pretty, why would she be insecure? Oh, she is. She most definitely is, and she's admitting that. Do you realize how imaginary, unrealistic, and messed up those beauty standards set up by the society are? That it leads to the most ethereal people hating themselves. That is how you know that there is no standard to achieve. There is no ideal body. There is no ideal face structure. There is no ideal color, shape, or anything. Nose, lips, eyes. There is no ideal eyebrows. It is all just something that is set up so you hate yourself so much that you spend all your life and your money chasing after something that does not even exist in the first place. Even a Barbie doll is tall, fair, and skinny, and they still shame me for it. So fuck the beauty standards. And this is not to say to not take care of yourself. It's okay. It's good to do things to enhance your beauty and feel good about yourself. But it should not come from the place of this crippling insecurity or the fear of being perceived the wrong way. Some things like skincare, makeup, and doing your hair, they just enhance your features. For a lot of us, it's just a part of girlhood. Dressing up, getting ready, doing certain things, pampering yourself, doing the everything shower. These things just make you feel good about being a woman. For some people, makeup is art. It actually helps with your mental health as well. But it should not come from the place of trying to fit in or meet society's expectations. The intention behind all those things is everything. If hair growth is a problem for you, of course, eat certain supplements, eat your nutrients. You can try some remedies. A lot of problems in our body is just deficiencies of certain nutrients or vitamins and everything. If you want better skin, eat your vitamins with itsy bitsy skincare. See, you can always look better. You can always, if you can improve certain things about yourself with lifestyle changes, maybe like going to the gym. By the way, working out makes you hot, sexy, confident. I can talk about it for hours. Like, I really need to start doing it again. Working out and eating your nutrients and vitamins and these things, bro, the glow up that comes from within, nothing can match that. If you only focus on being mentally and physically healthy, you will look the best you've ever looked. Don't take my word for it. Try for yourself. You should be focused on looking your best self instead of somebody else's best self. Also, this is not an all bodies are beautiful video. I'm not in any way saying that it's okay to be unhealthy. Yes, you should not obsess over your face, body shape, all those things, but you should focus on being healthy. If you're someone who's extremely overweight or underweight, being unhealthy should not be normalized in the name of all bodies are beautiful. It doesn't matter if you're skinny or fat, but if your brain and your internal organs don't function properly, it is not okay. It's unhealthy. Being malnutrition is not okay. That is not something that should be embraced. Because being healthy, working out, eating good, having balanced hormones, very important for women, especially having balanced hormones. All of this not just makes you look your best, it also makes you feel your best. There is no better glow up than the one that comes from within. Focus on being healthy and looking your best instead of looking a certain way. And remember, whoever tries to make you feel bad about yourself, they are miserable and they hate themselves. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. And I'm not saying it just to motivate you or try to make you feel better. It is a fact. It is a proven fact. Go study some human behavior. So, slay. That's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all and I will see you in the next video. Bye. And I have my Instagram in the description if you want to follow me here. I love you all so much. Ta-ta.